What's happening, lads? Welcome back to Cop Logic, the #1 Liverpool fan channel on YouTube. Maybe. As you can tell from the fact I'm in my red box, got another video for you guys. Now, you already know what this video is going to be about because you've clicked on it, but I'm still going to introduce it anyway. I just feel like I should. But as you know, we're talking about Liverpool Football Club's decision to name Virgil Van Dijk the new club captain, and to name Trent Alexander-Arnold the new club's vice-captain. So I'm just going to talk about what I think of that move, what I think it might mean for the club at the moment, and what I think it might mean for the club in the future. And anything in between I think of along the way as well. Why not? So if you just gasped in shock that you didn't know Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold were our new club captain and club vice-captain, let me tell you a story. Liverpool Football Club, via their social media, confirmed yesterday that Virgil van Dijk would be the new club captain and that Trent Alexander-Arnold would be the new club's vice-captain, respectively. That's it. That's the story. Now, people might say this isn't really groundbreaking news, but I think in some aspects, it's pretty big. Now, don't get me wrong, we're obviously no strangers to seeing Virgil with the armband. When Henderson and Milner both weren't playing, he was given that responsibility. But to see Trent now officially named as the club's vice-captain, that's pretty exciting, I can't lie. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did do a video on this channel where I discussed who could potentially become the club's captain and vice-captain, and basically just went through a handful of our options for the roles. Trent obviously being one of them, and he was actually my top choice. I didn't really include Virgil because I thought he might get it anyway, but outside of that, it was Trent. And to be fair, I probably would have picked Trent over Virgil at the time as well. Now, that's not because I don't think he can do the role. It was more so because if we're already going about looking at who the next captain could be, why don't we just put it to someone who's going to be here for the foreseeable? Because to be fair, I don't think Virgil's going to be here that much longer. I thought there was a possibility that we'd decide it, and in a couple of years' time, we'd have to redecide who the captain should be. So in my ideal scenario, it was going to be Trent as the captain and Virgil supporting him as the vice-captain. Give Trent a couple of years' experience as the captain with someone in Virgil van Dijk being able to support him during that time. And in like 2 or 3 years when Virgil goes, all we need to do is decide a new vice-captain. And to be honest, once the news came out today, I did a bit of reflecting and I actually think I was wrong and that this is actually the better scenario. For a couple reasons at that. Firstly, Trent's still gonna get that experience. It'll just be with less pressure. If I was the manager of the Liverpool Football Club, which fortunately I'm not, praise be to Jurgen Norbert Klopp, we could have just ended up throwing Trent in the deep end a bit too quick. And while I do think he would probably swim instead of sink in that scenario, that doesn't mean it was the right option. And let's keep up the idiom because we're on a roll. All we're doing now is putting Trent in the shallow end and letting him swim his way up until he's comfortable. And then in 2 or 3 years' time when Virgil does go, you've got Trent there with 2 or 3 years vice-captain experience. You just move him to be the captain. And the result's still the same as my original idea. You just need a vice-captain then. Secondly, it does show the right amount of respect I think someone like Virgil van Dijk deserves. Now, I do want to clarify, I am a massive fan of Virgil, but I do think he has struggled a little bit over the last couple of seasons, specifically last season. But he did have an ACL injury, and he also did have an aging midfield in front of him. A midfielder which, like, no one survived. I know Thiago's still here, but he wasn't really in it that much. That doesn't take away the fact, though, that since he joined, he fundamentally changed the team, both as a player and as a character. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of world-class defenders, but I think he's generally someone you'd have a solid argument to say he was the best in the world, definitely at his time, maybe ever. I mean, I personally would have said he is the best in the world, maybe even the best ever, but people might just think I'm being biased. Either way, that's your own opinion, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Unless it's wrong. Just remember, he lost the Ballon d'Or by like 7 votes to Lionel Messi as a defender. That's insane. But anyway, going back to the main point, this does show the respect I think he deserves. Whilst also showing that we appreciate everything he's done for the club by Klopp, by the players, by the club, by the fans, so I think he's earned it. Also, a bit of a third point I've just thought of. This might give him a bit of a second wind. As I mentioned before, he wasn't great last season, and although I thought there was reasons why, this might just give him a bit of an extra spring in his step. A bit more pride in his work, a bit more motivation. I know we already had the armband, but being the official captain might mean a little bit something extra. Well, we can hope anyway. Just imagine 2019-2020 Virgil in this team now. Legitimately, there's nothing I wouldn't do. A wise man once said, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But anyway, that's probably a good place to wrap this video up. So if you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. Helps out massively. Give us all nice pretty colours on our stats and also helps with our exposure. The more interaction we get from you guys on our videos, the more the YouTube algorithm loves it. So they push our videos out more and we get more eyes on us. So we'd massively appreciate it as we're trying to grow this channel into something that we can all have an opinion and share and, you know, enjoy. So you'd be proper sound, nice one, our kid. Also, just leave a comment down below on what you think of this. I know we've just said interaction helps with our videos, but we generally like reading every single one of your comments and responding to them. So let me know, do you think Virgil was the right choice? Are you happy with Trent being the vice captain, or do you think it should have gone to someone else? leave it down there. But anyway, see you in the next video. In a bit, lads.